Well, let's go to some of the key differences.
Sure.
One of the assumed benefits in your new plan would allow for cheaper policies for young folks. At the same time, you would allow insurers to sell insurance at varying rates. So if you allow for a cheaper policy for younger, healthier people, right, this has been among the issues, the translation is you're going to see, how do you prevent a spike for older Americans who maybe by just the fault of genetics are stuck with a lot of health care problems, and because of that end up getting charged more? How do you prevent that spike in rates for them in your plan?
We have a formula in there that it can't go beyond a certain position, but the fact of the matter is somebody has to pay for these things, and the Obamacare bill doesn't pay for things. They push them into Medicaid, which is non-functioning and not doing what it should do right now, and in the future is going to be unfunded, and we've got to find some way of completely rehabilitating Medicaid, and we do that in our bill. And in the end, we save a pot of dough because we get rid of the bureaucrats back here in Washington and all the government processes that just eat up funds right and left, and we get it to where the system works on a consumer-based program.
But aren't you putting the burden in your plan of the money? Aren't you essentially shifting the cost to the health insurance user, essentially? So, for instance, on your plan to tax, and this was something that, this was part of John McCain's plan back there in the 2008 campaign, and we remember the Obama campaign beat him up and said, hey, John McCain's trying to raise taxes on you. He would tax your health insurance plans. By making that income, how do you deal with the political attack that's going to come your way, that you're trying to raise income taxes on millions of Americans because you would tax their health insurance plan?
Well, first of all, we get rid of the bureaucracy back here in Washington. We basically allow the states to do most of the management. We do not have the multi-billions of dollars just thrown right down the drain. We don't have the impositions on the policies that the Obamacare does. For instance, a 25-year-old mechanic who isn't married, does he really need to have maternity in his policy just because the bureaucrats in Washington think he ought to have it? Come on, let's.
But then somebody
make
with
it so it's workable.
They're going to get charged more if he's getting charged.
Not really.
Somebody's paying here.
Not really. Not really. And by the way, Medicaid's bankrupt right now. We've got to save. This would save Medicaid for the people. What people don't realize is that the Obamacare is going to run us right into bankruptcy. We won't be able to pay for it. And we've got to come up with a consumer-based approach that really gets rid of Obamacare, but also makes sense from the financial standpoint. And we're going to reform Medicaid and make it work again.